What's up, everyone? First off, this is not a do-rag. This is just my baseball cap backwards. Apparently, a few videos ago, some people thought I was wearing a do-rag, so just clear that up for you. Also, I am going to be filming in a new location probably from now on. This is out in my family room where Ted will keep me company. Basically, later in the video, I will show you what my game room currently looks like. If you don't know, I've been in the process of making my living room back into a place to actually hang out, play video games, watch TV, that kind of stuff. And the game room is going to be basically a game storage room. There's no room for a couch in there anymore. We actually threw out the old couch. There's no more giant bookshelves. There's still a lot of stuff I need to do in there, so we'll get to that later in the video. But this is about garage sales. This video basically is. I do have a few items to show you that I picked up, not at garage sales in the past couple weeks. But first, I woke up this morning very early, left the house around 6:45. It was still dark out. Don't really know why I left that early, because sales weren't set up quite yet. There were a few people kind of, looked like they were about to set up, but I drove around for about 20 minutes, and then finally there was 2 neighborhood sales that were going on, community sales. And about 7:10 or so was when they were really starting to pick up. And there were so many sales going on that really I filmed one clip, which I will show you. I'll throw that little clip in when I get to those items. But I didn't have time to pull out my camera and film in between each house. There were that many sales. I want to say I at least went to 100 sales today. I got an okay amount of stuff. I mean, definitely worth the time. But for as many sales as I went to, it wasn't what I was expecting, basically. I spent a total of $60 today. I had $10 in my wallet, and I went to the bank and took $50 out, and I was like, this is all I'm going to spend, unless I find, buried treasure. But so it actually worked out perfectly. I spent the $60, and I didn't actually find anything else after that. Let's get started now that I've talked for 2 minutes straight. We have a disc-only copy of New Super Mario Bros. On the Wii, in good shape. And a complete copy of Mario Superstar Sluggers with a pink Wii Remote Plus, Wii Motion Plus, and a blue. I'm going to keep the blue because I don't have this color. Don't care about the pink. These were $3 a piece, and the games were $2 a piece. Basically, like I said, this was a community sale, so I was at one sale asking about games, and another person shopping said, oh, right down the road, this lady has a bunch of Wii stuff on the porch. We bought a lot of things, and I was like, great, you probably bought all the good stuff. And he's like, there's still a few Mario games and some other items. So I was like, you left Mario? Okay, so I went back, and they had purchased Mario Galaxy 2 and Smash Brothers, but I guess they just didn't want these. So for, $10? 6 for the controllers and 2 each for the games. Solid deal. This next find was one of those sales that didn't have any game items out, but after asking, the woman let me dig through a bin in her garage that was full of toys and games, and I picked out 5 games I was interested in, but then she said that they actually belonged to her son, who was sleeping upstairs. She'd have to go ask him and see if he was even interested in selling them. So I waited for 10 minutes, and I'm like, man, if I waited this long and he comes down and says, I don't want to sell them, that's going to suck. But he was interested in selling, and for $10, I picked out 5 games. First one is Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 1. Boo, it's not 2 or 3, but still for $2, not bad. And then Kingdom Hearts. These are all complete also. We got Dynasty Warriors 4, and I grabbed this because I've had quite a few people come to the booth asking for Dynasty Warriors stuff, and I never have it, so I kind of picked it up in the sense of hopefully those people come back. And then Fable the Lost Chapters, Platinum Hits. And this is probably the best one, Dragon Quest VIII with the cardboard box and the demo inside for Final Fantasy XII. So $2 a piece for those. It was really good. Hey, thumbs up the video while we're at it. This next find was actually right across the street from them. I asked, again, I didn't see any games, so I asked, do you have any? The guy said he had a bunch of PS3 games he was probably going to trade in, but I could look at them. So for, I'll tell you the price in a second, hold on. But out of that stack, I picked out Dead Space 2, Ratchet & Clank Future Tools of Destruction, and Ratchet & Clank Future A Crack in Time. I don't own any of the Ratchet and Clank games, any of the Jak and Daxter games, but I enjoy them. They're fun titles. I don't really have an answer why I don't own them. I just never bought them when they came out. So I'm actually going to hang on to both of these, seeing as I've actually played quite a few of the games in the franchise. I would like to own them now. And then Dead Space 2 I just picked up because it's horror and I like horror games. Now, while he was inside looking for those, I was looking through their CDs, and this was the only game that was in their CDs, but a complete copy of Final Fantasy VII Black Label, and honestly it looks like the guy never played it. The first disc and second disc are perfect. Surprisingly, the third disc has some scratches on it, so I don't know what happened there. But yeah, so I asked, hey, you got any more of these original PlayStation games? And he said he didn't even realize he had it. He had gotten rid of all his, I guess, PlayStation stuff years ago, and this was just mixed into his CDs. So I said, well, how much for these four games? He said $5, so a little, $1.25 a piece. That was awesome. $1 for Final Fantasy VII. Then after that, this I'll just go ahead and do probably the best sale or the best pickup of the day. I went to this sale, and the guy brought out a big old box of DVDs, and he said there was some games, and I'm looking at them like, this is all DVDs. At the very bottom was an original Nintendo, and it had one controller, no hookup cables, and there was like a copy of Mario and Duck Hunt, I forgot, Bad Dudes, and a copy of Final Fantasy. So I picked up the Final Fantasy and the controller, and when I was looking at the games, he's like, where the hell are all the games? Like, I didn't take them. He goes, there was a ton of games in here, and long story short, a friend was borrowing them, and he actually didn't bring them over when he brought over, I guess, the original Nintendo. So he's like, let me get your number, we'll get in touch after I get the games back. So I bought this for $1 and that for $1. I didn't buy the Nintendo because it didn't have the cables. Honestly, don't shoot me, but I have like 5 Nintendos, and I'm not trying to hoard consoles. So I left the Nintendo, even though he probably would have sold it to me for like $5. But he then, as we were talking, said, how about, you know what, I'm just going to go to his house, pick up the games, and bring them back. So you want to meet me back here in 45 minutes? I was like, awesome, that's great. I came back 45 minutes later, and he said he actually let a friend borrow them himself. And I was like, okay, well, in my mind I'm thinking I'm never going to see these games. 2 friends have borrowed them now. That means they're gone. So he says, I'm sorry, and if when he gets them back or whatever, he'll give me a call. An hour later, he calls me and says, hi, my friend's coming over in 10 minutes or whatever to drop off the games, so if you're interested still, come on back. So I went back there, and it took me a little more than 10 minutes because I was stopping at sales on the way. And when I get back, all the games were thrown into the box of DVDs out for sale. And I was like, I kind of thought they were going to at least hold them for me. So I kind of panicked, and I realized that no one had bought anything because there was still a lot of really good games in there. So this is all the games I got. We have these 2 I'm keeping. Donkey Kong Classics. Every time I've ever found this game, it has been in shitty condition, label issues. This one's perfect, so I'm keeping that. And then I'm keeping a copy of Mega Man 2 with a really nice label. It did have a name, which you can faintly see. It's still there. I'm in the process of removing it, but obviously I'll be able to get that all the way off. And then it'll be a really nice copy of Mega Man 2. 2 weeks ago I found Mega Man 6. So, hey, every 2 weeks if I can find a Mega Man game at a garage sale, that works for me. Then we have, I'm going to run through these kind of quick because there's a lot, and some of them aren't that amazing of titles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles 2, Gold Cart Zelda, First Dragon Warrior, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, WrestleMania, and before he leaves a comment or contacts me, when I saw this man, and you know who I'm talking about, I thought of you, and I'm going to send you this. I'm going to draw some titties on it for you, and this is yours. So it's our little inside joke or secret there. It's for you. We got Star Voyager, Super Mario 3, another copy of Final Fantasy. What's that? Oh, Double Dribble. Like I said, some of them aren't amazing, but I haven't told you the price yet either. Zelda 2 gold cart. A Tengen game, Rolling Thunder, with a little bit of boobies on the cover there. And Operation Wolf. Jackal, Wolves and Jackals. Swords and Serpents. And then last two, Lode Runner and Baseball Stars. Sort of ended on a shitty note there, but all of that, that bag. Oh wait, hold on. The guy who I was originally talking with, he was either inside the house or wasn't there. His girlfriend was out there who had seen me buy the first Final Fantasy, the controller, and I said, hey, how much did he want for the bag of games? He sold me the Final Fantasy controller for $1 each. And I said, you know, I have $10 left. There's a little more than 10 games here, but would you do $10? And she's like, I don't give a shit. Fine. She gave me a high five and said, you're cool, dude. And that's literally how it went. So I walked away with, I think there was 20 games in total or something like that, for $10. So 50 cents a game. 50 cents for Mega Man 2 and the Zeldas and Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's all I can say is, oh yeah, that's awesome. But the community that this sale was in is sort of our hipster, trendy art community, and there's a lot of very young, you know, families and stuff in there, also mixed in with old hippies, I guess the best way to put it. You know, so there's a really cool community with a lot of art and a lot of cool things at the garage sales, but lots of attractive women, very young, you know, women. So most of these garage sales were very pleasant to visit also, besides the 50-cent Nintendo games. And then this last, I guess, really good. No, I guess there's a couple more. I don't want to jump ahead of myself. This tub of stuff, hold on. I bought this tub, and it was not as neatly organized, but I bought everything in here for $20. That included a really nice condition Pokemon Game Boy Color with the battery cover and batteries inside, new batteries because she had tested these out, and a lime green or kiwi with the battery cover as well. And then the games, the two best ones, both with working save batteries, Pokemon Yellow and a Pokemon Red. Right there, $20 would have been a killer deal. But then a bunch of other games, Pokemon Trading Card, Godzilla, Ren and Stimpy, Space Cadet Adventures, Tamagotchi, Little Mermaid, and Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, which actually I think has a better label than the one I own, and just a bunch of other games. None, you know, nothing really worthy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan, Crash Test Dummies. But $20 for all that. Oh, and the manual for Mario Bros. Deluxe. She told me at first, she's like, it's $20, it's 8 a.m., you know, it's early in the morning, so I'm not going any lower. And I was like, would you do 19? She's like, no. I'm like, I'm just joking. So $20, and then they went into the house and pulled out a bunch of other random game stuff. Cables, a charger for like a cell phone, and a gun for the original PlayStation, Namco, GunCon. And what's cool about this is it can be used with Elemental Gear Bolt on the PlayStation, and I've always wanted to play that game with the gun. And this looks to be in really good shape. I haven't tested it yet, but I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work. So that was a good pickup. This was $2 extra. And yeah, I was just so blown away when I saw that they both had the battery covers, and she'd put like new batteries to test them. I was like, what? No way. That's awesome. I almost always find the friggin' Game Boys with no battery backs, with no covers. Almost done, I think, with garage sale info. The only other stuff was a empty case for Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Miniland Mayhem. All their games that they had, there was like 5, they all were case only. I guess they had traded the games in or something. I didn't ask. I just said, hey, it's empty, can I have it? And then a copy of Mario Kart DS for $5. And a original Xbox DVD remote with the receiver for $1. And I only bought this because the one I own, I bought at a garage sale a while back, probably for $1 or something like that. And I went to go take the battery cover off, and this was a little while back, and it wouldn't come off, and it was because the batteries inside had corroded the entire thing. It was like super glued shut, so I threw it away. So I picked that up for $1. It's just an extra random accessory to have with the bundle of an Xbox. Now, there were more Xboxes in this damn neighborhood than I've ever seen in my life. I at least came across 5 or 6, and anywhere from like just the system to a system with 20 games, and the prices ranged from like a couple bucks to I want $50 for my for just my system with one controller. But obviously, I didn't buy any original Xboxes. Some stuff I got throughout the week. Lucas, fellow YouTuber, was very nice to send me 4 boxes for some TurboGrafx stuff. I had said I was interested in the Space Harrier box. It's a little rough, but he told me that. And Final Zone 2. And then he went ahead and just sent these for the hell of it. Sports TV, hockey, or sports hockey TV sports hockey. That's probably it. I don't know. I don't play sports games. Jack Nicklaus Turbo Golf. I actually have this game with the case and the CD, so actually to get the box for that was kind of funny. Again, I don't collect sports games, so that one will be up for sale or trade. But he was very nice to send those, so thank you very much. I picked up my Dark Souls 2 Collector's Edition. Have not got a chance to play this because of the fact that this and Titanfall both came out this past week. I've been working a lot of hours at the game store, so I haven't had a chance to play a lot of games. And the final thing I'm going to show you is a pickup I did 2 weeks ago now, but I forgot to show in last week's video. I did post a Facebook picture about it. But it is the Turbo Express that I picked up for $25. This came from the guy that I bought the awesome Turbo lot from about, I don't know, 4 weeks ago now, a month ago. Well, we met up again, and because when I originally went to go buy this from him with that lot, it was broken. And he was such a kick-ass dude, and this is how kick-ass he was. He had it fixed, restored. I think it cost like $60 to do it. It was the same price it cost me to repair my Turbo CD. And then he sold it to me for $25. So he lost money basically on it, but he felt bad because it was broken when he first brought it to me when we met up. So that was amazing. So if you are watching this, man, thank you 10 times over. And I picked up some more Turbo games. This is the last big Turbo lot. Literally, I can't afford anything else right now. Again, an amazing deal he gave me. I would say half of retail would be a good estimate. A sealed copy of Dragon's Curse, and to get the outer box for this game is pretty hard. I mean, it seems to be a fairly uncommon one, and I didn't see any sealed ones up for sale or that had sold, so pretty hard one to come by, I would imagine. Cyber Core, also sealed. We have 3 sealed games I picked up. So the last sealed one, Ordine. And then these are all complete, just not factory sealed. Newtopia 2, that was an awesome pickup. Another Atlas title. I am so close to owning every Atlas game. Actually, I haven't checked for a while. This might be the last Atlas game that I needed. Because I honestly think it is. I think this is the last Atlas game that I needed on my list. Somer Assault for the TurboGrafx 16. That's kind of cool. You just witnessed me realizing I have finished at least a past, goal I had. So that's pretty cool. Deep Blue, a underwater fish shmup, shoot 'em up, and Fantasy Zone, another crazy weird shoot 'em up. I also got from him a Turbo Stick. Fighting, not fighting stick, well, you could use it as a fighting stick, but just a turbo stick, and a complete in box, well, almost complete in box, Sega Saturn in very good shape, a Model 1, and it didn't have the, includes Virtua Fighter, so I bought a copy for $5, a complete copy online to just stick in there to make it more complete. I have a request from you guys. If anyone has the audio-video cable for a Saturn, preferably an original one, to make this 100% complete, because right now I only have an RF adapter in there. So I'm looking for a audio-video cable for a Sega Saturn. They're not expensive. I mean, it's not like a hard thing to find. I'm just in need of one right now. Also, a RF cable, an original RF cable for a Sega Master System. I realized the one that I've had with my Master System is actually a Nintendo one. Never even realized that until I was looking at it, like, what the fuck? So I need one of those as well. And is that it? Is that it? Oh, well, I got to still show you the horrible mess of the game room and that stuff in there. So I guess we'll do that right now. First, I got to show you the just ridiculously huge Titanfall Collector's Edition box. If you haven't seen it yet, it is as tall as my knee, and I'm 6'3". Hey, my pajama pants. It's just the biggest game box I've ever seen in my life. It dwarfs the Skyrim Collector's Edition box. Pretty crazy. Alright, so this is the game room in its current state. It is actually organized, so don't yell at me. It is a work in progress. I still need to get a ton more containers. Obviously, there's just stuff piled everywhere. But I took away the last giant bookshelf that was right over here. The couch was like right here. And I moved all that stuff out into the living room. There's even more game stuff in the hallway. So this is going to be a nice, neat, organized game storage room at some point. There's even shit like falling out of the closet up there. I do not like having the game room like that. I don't like having to store everything in bins, but the collection outgrew the space I had for it, so until I get a bigger place to actually display everything, that's just the way it goes. I just realized I did not show you that little clip from the garage sales when I was going to put it in when I was talking about the Game Boy stuff. It's a really short clip. Shit, I guess I could just throw it in right now.
It's like my fourth time finding a Pokemon Game Boy in the wild at garage sales. And I'm in a community sale right now.
I told you it was short. The last thing I want to talk about is I have a few games up for sale and trade. I've picked up a few doubles in the TurboGrafx Turbo CD area. Basically, in buying a lot of these, you know, like box copies and stuff. I have some case, manual, and game-only copies now. Now, some of these are pretty hard to find and kind of expensive, so I am definitely willing to do like a decent trade. But basically, just contact me if you're interested. Dragon Slayer, Legend of Heroes. We have Exile, Wicked Phenomenon. Ordyne. That manual has a little bit of like moisture damage to it. Ys 3, Wanderers from Ys. And the best one, I guess, or hardest one to find out of all these, Bonk 3, Bonk's Big Adventure. Like I said, just let me know if you're interested. I know there's only a handful of people that are, you know, really into collecting for the TurboGrafx, so hopefully maybe, you know, you can pick up a game you've been looking to add to your collection for quite a while, and maybe I can get, like, a rare Super Nintendo game or something like that I've been looking for. That's it, guys. I appreciate you watching, as always. Please leave a comment down below. I love hearing what happened to you this week. Even if it wasn't game-related, or if you didn't find anything, let me know. Did you stub your toe? Did you have a delicious meal? I don't care. Whatever. Thumbs up the video, please, as always. Just click the thumbs up button. It's simple and easy. And I will talk to you all later. Peace!